Welcome to today's evening session, our panel discussion with the topic Investment and Financing of Startups. Our timetable allows us to talk and discuss for about 1 hour. Afterwards, you get dinner, and as far as I know, you have a working session between 8 in the evening and 11 in the evening. Just half an hour ago, we decided to make this discussion in English, so as we are not prepared for this, please forgive us if we struggle a bit sometimes. We would like to have an easygoing discussion. You can always ask your questions in between, discuss with the guys on the podium. My name is Alex Freischlager. I'm from an advertising agency in Linz called Decentral, and I'm very happy to be here today with you. Before we start, I would like to introduce the guys on the podium to you shortly. Afterwards, they will introduce themselves, their companies, and then we go into the discussion. On the right-hand side, on my right-hand side, there is Fritz Höller. He's co-founder of Diagnosia and CEO of Escolab. Next to him, Andreas Steiner-Bosch, Senior Manager from Ernst & Young and responsible for valuation and business modeling. Next to me, Dietmar Kirchweger from Tech2B. He is Chief Business Incubation Manager here in Hagenberg. On my left-hand side, Christian Lev. Christian is Chief Visionary Officer of Webflow, Business Angel, and owner of the consulting agency Holistic Business Development. And on my left-hand side, Stefan Kaltais, CEO of Payolution. He was partner at I5 Invest and co-founder of 123 People. Fritz, I would like to start with you. Can you please introduce yourself and your companies a bit?
Check. My name is Fritz Höller. As you mentioned before, I'm co-founder of Diagnosia. Diagnosia is a big, it's the European biggest drug engine or drug portal. We provide a package and package leaflets of all these small papers you find in the packages. We digitalize them and put them online in 14 different languages. And we just set up a second company, which is a 100% daughter of Diagnosia, which is called Escolab. And this company just focuses on mobile development of products for the pharmaceutical industry and for developing medical health applications. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Andreas Steiner-Bosch, as you heard. I'm with Ernst & Young since last summer. One of the responsibles for valuation and business modeling, but not the only one here in Austria. My specialty is financing. I had worked for different commercial banks for 18 years, and maybe I can bring you some point of view of Austrian banks in this discussion. And so it is. Ernst & Young, maybe you know, one of the so-called Big Four. We have 155,000 colleagues all around the world. So if you want to develop all over the global, maybe Ernst & Young can help you. Thank you.
Hello, most of you I have already seen because I was 2 days already here. My name is Dietmar Kirchweger. I'm from International Incubator Hagenberg. I'm responsible for the incubation program, and I'm trying to help startups here to settle their companies, especially here in Hagenberg, and invest in your companies.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Chris, CVO of Lapolf, Chief Visionary Officer. I told you in the other building that's the best job you ever can have, just to have a vision. No responsibility. No responsibility, just have a vision. And having some guys to do the work, yeah. Okay, and yes, I have a lot of experience of entrepreneurship and startup business. I'm also co-founder of several other startups, and we are trying to really rock and try to do something which is unique worldwide, which is not very easy. And so I would say I know a lot, and I would love to share this knowledge with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So hi, my name is Stefan. You're my role model, really. I also want to have guys working for me and having the responsibility. I'm currently, my current role is in the management board of Skrill Money Bookers, which is one of the biggest online and mobile payment companies in Europe. How did I get there? I founded a company called Payolution, which is doing bill payment and payment by installment for online web shops. We got acquired by Skrill mid of last year, and since then I'm there. Besides that and before that, I was involved in several startups. You mentioned that already. I also used to work for a venture capital fund. I used to work for i5 Invest as well, which I started with Markus Wagner. And before that, I used to work for a venture capital fund in Munich called Target Partners. So over the course of the last year, I got luckily quite some experience in the a very exciting startup world, and I'm happy to share and help whenever I can.
Thank you. Andreas, first question to you. Here in the audience, there are lots of very creative and motivated people. If they've found their startup, how do they get money? How can they make their dream happen?
From a banking point of view, there are typical two phases. The one is the time when you have an idea and you want to start to work and just have the money to live and 2 or 3 colleagues with you. There are a lot of possibilities from the public hand, but this ends, let's say, 50,000, 100,000 euro in total, and very conservative forms of helping you. Beginning with paying for consulting for 1 day, things like that. A very different kind of financing is if you have an idea and being able to do the first sales afterwards. In this time, you maybe need some guys like Christian and so-called business angels, or maybe you are 1 step or half a step further, and Christian will help you to find some venture capitalists. Because the typical thing is the typical Austrian or Middle European bank in times like this will see the thing very conservative, very real estate oriented, very machine oriented, to do securities and so on. So normally you need a guy who understands the thing you do and can help you, bring you together with people having the money and taking the risk.
Thank you. Dietmar, from your point of view, what are the most important financing possibilities, also from the incubator point of view? For example, public funding or something like this?
In Austria, we have a real good situation. If you're technical oriented, if you have an innovative project, there is some programs around, like FFG programs, ABS programs, which helps you especially in the first phases. And usually, if you can show up such innovation, then like Christian just told you, if you're really unique and you have a very special project and idea, then usually it should be possible to get it financed from the public sector and also from other organizations which are around. And there are so many possibilities. So we have some experts in these fields, like sometimes in incubators or sometimes in other organizations who